In a century marked by persecution and exile, there was one land where Jewish communities found safety, dignity, and opportunity for thousands of years. Welcome to Sacred Echoes of India. In this segment, we are going to tell the story of a people who crossed oceans and found not persecution but partnership. In the early 1800s, a Baghdadi Jewish merchant named David Sassoon arrived in Mumbai after fleeing persecution in Iraq. He wasn't just seeking safety, he was seeking opportunity. And in the rapidly growing port city of Mumbai, he found both. David Sassoon built a vast trading empire that stretched across Asia. Cotton, opium, textiles. His business network connected India to China and beyond. But here's what makes his story extraordinary. He didn't just build wealth, he built institutions, docks, libraries, schools, synagogues. Walk through Mumbai today and you'll still find his legacy standing in stone. Public institutions that shaped the city's growth. His philanthropy transformed urban life, not only in Mumbai, but also in Pune. The Sassoon name became synonymous with enterprise and generosity, and he wasn't alone. Today, Mumbai is home to India's largest Jewish community. Two historic groups define this community. First, the Bene Israel, believed to have lived in India for centuries, integrating deeply into local culture while preserving their faith. Second, the Baghdadi Jews, who arrived in the 18th and 19th centuries. 5 centuries ago, Jewish settlers were welcomed to Mumbai. They were granted special privileges. They were free to practice their religion. They built synagogues. They entered commerce, medicine, and public service. And perhaps the most remarkable part, for centuries, India saw peaceful coexistence, an absence of anti-Semitism that stands out in global history. Jewish communities weren't just surviving, they were thriving. Now let's travel south to learn about the ancient Jews of Kerala. Long before modern diplomacy, long before nation-states, Jewish communities were already settled on the Malabar coast. The Cochin Jews, also known as the Jews of Kerala, trace their roots back to ancient times. Some traditions even link their arrival to the era of King Solomon in the 10th century BCE. They first settled in Kodungalore, once known as Muziris, an ancient port city that was a hub of global trade. Later, possibly after devastating floods, they shifted to Kochi. And here's something extraordinary. Local Hindu rulers granted them privileges. Recorded on copper plate inscriptions dating back to the 10th century, these weren't mere symbolic gestures. They reflected acceptance and respect. In Kochi, Jewish life flourished. Synagogues were built. Trade in spices boomed. Handicrafts thrived. And standing at the heart of this legacy is the magnificent Paradesi Synagogue, built in 1568 in Mattancherry. It is one of the oldest active synagogues in Asia. Step inside and you'll see something breathtaking. Hand-painted blue Chinese tiles, each one unique. Scrolls of the Old Testament. The historic copper plates granting privileges from local rulers. The synagogue was partially destroyed in 1662 and rebuilt by the Dutch. Another layer of cultural interaction added to its walls. It's not just a place of worship, it's a monument to coexistence. Though many Cochin Jews emigrated to Israel in the 1950s, their heritage remains carefully preserved in museums and historic sites. India, remarkably, has safeguarded a culture that stretches back nearly 3 millennia. This shared history didn't end in ancient ports or colonial trade. It evolved. On September 23, 1918, during World War I, Indian cavalry units fought in the historic Battle of Haifa. Soldiers from princely states like Jodhpur, Mysore, and Hyderabad captured the city of Haifa from Ottoman forces. Many Indian soldiers lost their lives. Every year, the battle is commemorated in both India and Israel, a reminder that their connection is not just cultural, but forged in shared sacrifice. In 2018, Teen Murti Chowk in Delhi was renamed Teen Murti Haifa Chowk, honoring that legacy. a piece of India woven into the streets of Israel. And then comes the most powerful chapters of all. During World War II, nearly 1,000 Polish children, many of them Jewish, were rescued and brought to safety in India. They found refuge under the Maharaja of Navanagar in Gujarat. He treated them as his own children. In November 2025, a statue was unveiled in Moshav Nevatim, Israel, honoring his compassion and courage. He welcomed, fed, sheltered, and educated them. When the world was shutting its doors, he chose to open his own. That memory lives on in Israel's national consciousness, a testament to India's tradition of refuge, from ancient spice ports to modern diplomacy, from blue-tiled synagogues to battlefields and royal palaces. The story of Jews in India is not just a story of migration, it is a story of welcome, of dignity, of shared destiny, and perhaps in a world often divided by difference, this 3,000-year-old friendship reminds us of something powerful. Coexistence is not just possible, it has already happened, and it continues to inspire. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful videos. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.